Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to Four Guys in a Bar podcast, sponsored by Chiefs Blitz and presented by Dave Purdy with Supreme Lending. For your mortgage solutions, call Dave today at 816-405-5831. That's 816-405-5831 because he's pretty good. Here's your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Chiefs Blitz, Four Guys in a Bar. I am your host, Nick Athan, along with my producer extraordinaire, Hense Todd from Bow Tie Sports. Check out their YouTube show every Saturday at 1 o'clock Central Time. It rocks, it rolls, it's creative, it's imaginative, has some funny pictures on there as well, so it's definitely a great show talking about Kansas City sports. Before we start talking about the Chiefs, the 49ers invading Las Vegas, I want to talk about our corporate sponsor, the one and only Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate advisor, a real estate professional that's going to walk you through every single step. And I am learning those steps again. It's been a while since I've been looking for a house. And he has been taking care of me. He's also working with Hense. And you got to find someone that you trust, somebody you believe in. Listen, I know you hear that all the time. I know people, kind of want to pump up their sponsors, but I'm telling you the truth. Eric Haynes is a professional. He knows how to find all the right advantages. He will tell you all the disadvantages whenever you're out there trying to buy a house. Give Eric a call at 816-729-3785.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
Proud sponsor of Chiefs Who. And we are joined by the other senior member, Mr. Lou Montagna, and Coach Andre Tillman. And as we are here on Friday, the Kansas City Chiefs are not as good as the San Francisco 49ers. Brock Purdy's a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Brock Purdy's going to go to the NFC title game for the next 6 years. And the Chiefs are still 1.5-point underdogs. So why even show up? Why even ascend in Las Vegas? Why even go? At the end of the day, what's the point? The 49ers are going to win. Blah, 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 blah. This narrative sucks. I'm tired of hearing it. The Chiefs are the dog. They have nothing to lose. They're playing with house money, but they have something that no other team in the NFL has, and that's number 15. So, Brock, if you think you can go up against the best defense you're going to face all year long, the second best defense was the Baltimore Ravens, and you stunk up the joint. So if you think you can compete on the AFC side against the Chiefs and outscore Patrick Mahomes, rock on. I will wear a Brock Purdy shirt if that happens. It's not going to happen. I'm not going to have to spend that kind of money at Fanatics. So at the end of the day, guys, I mean, the narrative leading up to this is so maddening. It's driving me crazy. I get it. They want their clicks, and they have to fill 3 hours of time like we talked before the show.
Yes.
It's just 3 hours of dribble, nonsense, and stupidity. My gosh, when does
it's
it end?
not all that. Some people are taking up for the Mahomes and Chiefs side of things. I mean, it's not like it's a 12-point spread or a 10-point spread. I mean, it's a toss-up game, and I think the only reason right now that the Chiefs are listed as an underdog is just because of that narrative coming in that this wasn't the best Chiefs team, and the defense is still somehow, some way after all this, still underrated. And San Francisco's defense is quite overrated at this point, and they'll find out when the game's played. But it's nice to hear everybody kind of talk it up and have their fun before the big game. Let's go.
Right. Well. Listen, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be a great game. Two young quarterbacks battling it out, and both offenses are great. I mean, we can go from top to bottom. Kittles, from Kelsey, Ayuk, Rice, McCaff, Pac. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good offensive game. Like both defense gonna have is gonna be. I ain't gonna say in trouble, but it's gonna be some issues on both sides of the ball, especially on defense. Honestly,
I don't see no issues on the Chiefs. I don't see the issues on the Chiefs defense. Man, as you sit back and watch the All 22 film, if you see how Spags, like what's his name, put out there, Spags had two spies Dre, you know you play Madden, right? You got a spot, a quarterback try to run. Then he had 2 spots. I never see nobody use
never
2
seen
spies.
that.
Never seen 2 spies on a quarterback and blitz and has people in the. I said, boy, if I can do that in Madden, I would be unstoppable because you got everybody covering everybody man to man. Then you got a quarterback trying to run out the pocket. You got other guys spying, 2 guys spying, and everybody else blitzing. That was a great package there. I just feel like Spags is in his bag right now. He's in his New York Giants bag right now.
But can they stop the run? But can they stop the run though? Can the Kansas City Chiefs stop? They
stopped the run. They stopped the run so bad in Baltimore. Baltimore didn't want to run no more. So
and Baltimore didn't run the ball at all. They didn't want to run the ball at all, man.
No, it was the package teams that was
they
doing
couldn't run the ball. That's what no one talks about. They did outside of 2 runs. They were unable to run the football because of the way the Chiefs were filling their gaps.
And Drew Tranquillo was lighting people up in the backfield.
Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talk about that. But again, everybody knows when you on top of the throne, you're the best of your game, you're the best of what you're doing in any profession. They always going to put somebody up against you. It doesn't matter if it's a new kid just signed his new resume to get hired for the job. They're going to say this person is better than this person, even though you've been doing it for years. You think you've been in a championship. Now they just finding everybody. You know what I mean? Lou told me don't go there before the show, so I'm not gonna go there. But they straight finding everybody just to go up against this man.
I mean, but why not though? But why not? They're supposed to.
Now it's Brock Purdy. We want the narrative still in red story. He's the last, Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft. He got.
Are we supposed to bow down to Mahomes? Are we supposed to bow down to Mahomes because he's Patrick Mahomes?
We bow down for real. Well, and as we look at it, man, that's why he ain't on here. That's why he's not on here because we know everybody knows Christian McCaffrey.
McCaffrey's the best player on the team.
He's the best player on their team. Everybody know who it is. But again, as you look at this, man, you look at this Super Bowl matchup. Yeah, it's gonna be comparisons. Yeah, it's gonna be everybody against this guy. But Patrick Mahomes, man, he's only going up at one guy only. And that's one guy only is Peyton Manning. So not Peyton Manning, but Tom Brady. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is. But as you look at this, as him being a starter for 6 years, look at all these Super Bowl pictures, man.
He looks like such a kid back then.
He did. It's amazing that this is actually happening. But again, like we said before the show, it's all clickbait. Everybody wants you to go in and go on the shows and say, like Dre be doing his bad takes. But it's like everybody else, man. Like it isn't
I don't know about bad takes because we had Flavor Flav over here that preaches Mahomes can't do no wrong. Mahomes can't do
that's
wrong.
Not true. No.
That's bold. Mahomes can't do no wrong. You know what I'm saying? He's the greatest ever. He make a mistake. It's not Mahomes' fault. Threw an interception. It wasn't his fault. They didn't run the right route. You know what I'm saying? It's not Mahomes' fault, right? Double coverage, whatever, favoritism. Who cares? I'm gonna say this.
He hasn't thrown in the playoffs in a while.
No, he hasn't. Playoff Mahomes is different. Playoff Mahomes is different. He is different. But I'm gonna say this: we can't now overlook the San Francisco 49ers.
No, we're not.
It's the Super Bowl. Nobody's overlooking anything.
But the thing is, here's the narrative. Right now, Mahomes is the underdog, right? So everybody against Mahomes. So we give all Mahomes all this special treatment. He's the underdog. They going against him. That's life. You great. They're supposed to go against you, but remember, they're going against Brock Purdy too. They're going against Purdy too. So the thing is this: San Francisco has an issue with the Kansas City Chiefs, just like any other team in the playoffs. Because right now there's nobody for real that I believe they can stop Kittles. Kittles are just as good as Travis Kelce. Just as good.
No.
I'm done.
You don't think so?
Well,
they tell me Kittles is not nowhere close to Travis Kelce.
Oh yeah,
I'm not saying he's not close, but he's not in the same level.
Yeah, I would say the thing with the Travis, no tight end is ever going to put up the numbers offensively. Receptions, touchdowns, the whole thing. I think if you put Kittle in a different offense where he was featured as the number one pass catcher, I think he would be probably every bit as good. I mean, right after the catch, I don't think there's another tight end that's better than Kittle. But in that offense, because you've got 2 stud receivers, you've got the running back, he's not going to get the number of attempts or the number of targets that Kelsey's going to get. Now, that's not taking anything away from Kelsey. It's not giving anything to Kittle. It's just what I see is he's physically able to do the same things. It's just in a little bit different way. He is, I wouldn't say he blocks a lot more than Kelsey does, but I think when Kelsey blocks, he does a real good job with that. So, yeah, you're going to say Travis has transcended the position, but Kittle, I mean, you're not going to say, well, no, he's not good. I don't want him on my team. I'd want him on my team every day of the week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. There's no comparison in big games. There's no comparison what Kelsey has accomplished in his career, to say he's as good as, I mean, he doesn't have the receptions, he doesn't have touchdowns, he doesn't have the playoff wins, he doesn't have a lot of things. Again, guys, we compare these players and we put these stats up because we look at the regular season. That's just a spot to get into the playoffs. That's all that is for the Chiefs. Whereas every other team, it's like we got to win enough games to get in the playoffs. The Chiefs are better at everything that they do and have shown consistency. And for these comparisons, it's just, listen, I respect your opinion, Andre. Kittle's a great tight end, top 5 for sure, but he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's not even close to a Hall of Fame guy yet. He hasn't won anything. Division titles don't get you into the Hall of Fame. NFC and AFC championship games and Super Bowl wins, they get you there. And to sit here and to say that he's better, you're telling me that in the postseason that he's a better player? Look, what are the stats? They're not even close. Does he even have a single touchdown in the postseason? I'm asking because I don't know. I don't pay enough attention.
So basically, are you asking him? Does he make the same? Is he more?
Basically, yes. Right?
Between both of them, between both of them, they both make an impact on the game. They both impact the game in their own ways.
You said it, so we own you.
If the ball go to Kittle's going to catch the ball just like Kelsey is. They both are clutch. They both clutch.
Well, the difference is that Kelsey's a number 1 receiver and Kittle is not.
Right. So basically, their number 1 receiver is Kelsey for Kansas City.
So what you said? What I'm hearing is Dre saying that Kittle was not in the right offense. He didn't have the great quarterback that put up with him, right?
It's just a schematically the way Shanahan runs the offense. It's not run through Kittle. It's run through everybody. Debo Samuel is the number 1 guy, honestly, and then you got McCaffrey. We can go back and forth with McCaffrey or Debo, and then it's Kittle's, right? Because right now it's like look at it right now. Debo is the guy right now for that offense. It's Debo. So everything runs through Debo.
He was the guy in the offense in Super Bowl 54 too.
He kind of lost me now.
They tried to get him the ball.
I don't know.
Listen,
what we talking about here now?
All right,
we talking about the fact that we talking about like this, real quick. Lou,
what was the point? What was the point you're trying to make?
So the point I'm making is this. The point I'm making is this. Travis Kelce is the number 1 receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs.
He is,
and that's why he gets so many targets. That's why he gets so much glow because he's the number 1 receiver. So Kittle's is not the number 1 guy in that offense with Shanahan. It's not Kittle's. But if Kittle's was the number 1 guy, he would have the same stats just like Travis Kelce.
Well, we don't know. We don't know that.
But I'm saying though, but if he was the future,
I think
the number 1 guy, he would have the same stats.
That's that peanut butter he been eating. He been too much.
Man, your Scully is too tight.
I think you finally finished the green drink, and today it's orange. I don't know what the hell's in there.
hey, it's San Francisco orange.
Okay.
Boy, they red. Go.
I think George Kittle has the ability to be a big time producer if they so chose to make him that. He's proven that over the years. I mean, big play after big play, but they just don't throw him the ball as much as they do to Kelsey. Now, would he do that? We don't know, but I think he's got the ability to do it.
You don't know.
So it's two different players.
Peter pancakes. Make believe.
You're gonna. I mean, if you're looking for complete offensive production, you're gonna take 87 every time, just because we've seen him do it and he does it at the highest level. Kittle, it's been a little bit more sporadic, and some of that has to do with not as many targets. Now, would he continue to do that? I don't know, but like I said, he certainly has the ability to do it. I don't think there's any question about that.
Because he's not really featured like Kelsey is. Kelsey is the number one guy. Mahomes look for Kelsey all the time.
Yeah.
And they're off with Shanahan. They're not looking for Kelsey all the time. They look for Debo, Ayuk, McCaffrey. So you got other different.
These are a lot of great points. But at the end of the day, what is the final point? I mean, what are you saying? What's the argument?
Right, we want to know what's the argument.
The final point is
are you saying that Kittle's a better player than Kelsey?
Come on, tell us something, Dre.
Because you're making an argument. I don't know what you're making it for.
So what I'm trying to say is I'm comparing the two. I'm comparing the two tight ends for the Super Bowl.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm comparing them. So I'm saying like both guys are clutch. But I'm saying is this: we have to show Kittles a lot more respect because we know what Travis Kelce can do. Why not? So y'all telling me that the Chiefs linebacker is gonna lock up Kittles?
I'm saying that the comparison.
You're taking a bite out of something that ain't.
Kittles is not going to change the game.
We just want to take Nick. Don't let him. Nick, he gonna make you go right down this path again. We try to get the take.
So let me ask you both sides. Which one's better? Which one's better? If Kittles had more same touches as Kelsey, which one's better?
No. You can't make that argument. That's an irrelevant argument. You have to look at who is now. It's irrelevant. Who's the better player? Who's the better tight end? What's the answer?
Honestly,
no.
If Kittles had just as much targets, if he had the targets, I say I don't know. Both of them good.
Don't make me mute you. Yeah, the question is simple.
I mean, both of them good. Both of them good.
There are no other. You're in a box. There are no open doors. You have a singular question to ask. Is Travis Kelce better than Kittle? Yes or no? Okay,
just depends on how you use them.
Okay, you're done. You're done.
You lost. For you, Dre. You made us go all down this rabbit hole.
I can't do non-committals, man.
I don't know, guys. It's just this is me. I believe that Kill should get the same respect as Travis.
I believe you got to stay off that.
I can live with that.
I believe
you're wrong, but I can live with it.
Peter Pan,
what you mean I'm wrong? What you mean?
Peter Pan, peanut butter.
I don't think there's anybody.
Hold on.
There's nobody disrespecting George Kittle. I don't think so. I think everybody. Yeah, I mean, it's not like they're saying he's
Bowtie, whatever he is. Bowtie definitely disrespecting Kittle.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not. But again, before he took over the show, I was going to ask before the show, what's everybody's, go-to ritual meal on the Super Bowl Sunday? What do you go to? Or you order pizza, you order tacos, you wing guy. Well, what is everybody? What is your Super Bowl meal?
We talk about a Price Chopper menu, man.
That's what I was going to ask.
We talk about grocery shopping. We talk about grocery shopping, man.
I'm a hobby guy, so.
You a hobby guy?
I'm a hobby guy.
I'm a hobby guy.
I'm a hobby. Yeah, all these. Lou, like who is these guys?
I think I'm gonna do 2 of those big jugs of green juice that day. I need to be focused, man. Or maybe one of the green, one of the orange.
You might be starting to share his opinion, so please don't do that.
I'll do the rest. I'll do the rest. I'll be watching the game from the back.
So listen. St. Clair says this. He says Kittles is good, but Kelsey is great.
Yeah, Kittles is good. That's why I'm trying to ask you. Like, what?
I'm trying to tell y'all. Make.
So whoa. Can you admit that? Is that your truth as well?
Which one we want to know?
I mean,
don't be on here like.
If I had to pick either,
I know you want to take one. I know you want to take one.
You're the either one. You're the prosecutor and the defense attorney. All in one.
You will never be a lawyer.
Outside of here, just like Tigger dudes.
I just want to argue. I don't want to win or whatever. I don't want to make a statement. I just want to argue.
For the sake of the argument.
Okay. All right. All right. You just want to make an argument. I get it.
Okay. Honestly, game on the line, I got Kittles.
Stop
Okay.
it. Come on, man.
That's it. He's answered the question. That's
all
it.
right.
Well, let's leave it alone. That's his take.
Nah,
I'm not even going to bother. I'm not even going to bother asking me if he thinks Purdy is better than Mahomes, because he's going to say Purdy's better.
He's not. Purdy ain't better. Purdy's not better than Mahomes. But this year he is, though. This year he is. Statistically, Lou, he is better.
Fine.
That's all I'm saying.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't even know what
metric.
I don't know.
Look at this.
It's not fantasy football today. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, Drake. I know Drake for years. Drake's a stat guy, so he's gonna go off the stats.
I go off the stats. You know I go off the stats, man. Stats don't lie, baby.
Let me put my specs on. The numbers tell the truth. Quarter my calculation. No, we don't.
I'm just saying, man. Look, Brock Purdy's second year.
They're not the Patrick Mahomes.
He got hurt the first year.
The Patrick Mahomes went into everybody's building that was better than him this year and beat him, right? Okay, then. So, stop. We ain't gonna do that today.
You started it, bro. Now go ahead. Go ahead, Bo.
I think the bigger question that we should be talking about is this.
What's up?
The Chiefs are in a rematch from Super Bowl 54, and you look at these two teams, and they're vastly different. The common denominators on offense is basically Mahomes and Kelsey. Okay, the common denominator for the 49ers is they still have 3 or 4 of their great. They got Warner, they got Bosa, Debo. I mean, they've got guys who have proven that they can play well. But this 49ers defense is not as good as the 49ers defense from Super Bowl 54. And their offense,
I agree.
They were a running, even with McCaffrey, they were a running machine. They had 3 running backs that they rotated in and out. They had a fullback that caught passes. They had Kittle. They had capable wide receivers. They had all these things, and they had a veteran quarterback in Jimmy Garoppolo. So I think the Chiefs' offense is not as good as they were in Super Bowl 54. I think their defense is much better, obviously. The 49ers' offense, I think, is better. Overall, I think you'd have to say better than Super Bowl 54, but the defense isn't as good. So what wins? Defense. The Lions lost that football game and a chance for history because why? A, their head coach is a buffoon. He took 6 points off the board. They had a fumble. They cashed in and scored 17 straight points.
It's vodka and that green juice, as they say.
The Chiefs are not going to make that mistake. That doesn't mean the Chiefs can't get beat, but they haven't turned the ball over in the post. Well, I guess the fumble by CEH at the end of the Dolphins game counts. But Mahomes hasn't thrown a pick. He's played supreme level and he's played game management level and gotten 3 wins. And in any of those 3 games, there was never a doubt the Chiefs were going to win. And push comes to shove. If he's down 10 points, 7 points, 3 points, or up 10 points, it's not going to matter. There's not going to be any panic here. This team's not going to panic. The 49ers in 2 playoff games. Now, the same could be said for their Chiefs 54 run. They were down in all 3 games and they won them.
Absolutely.
The 49ers have been down in all 2 of their games and they pulled it out. But you got to remember the difference is the opposing team in both these games, in the Packers game and in the Lions game, they made mistakes that cost them points. And I don't think the Chiefs are going to make mistakes that are going to cost them points. And that's the difference, I think. So we can look at Kelsey's and we can look at the quarterbacks and we can look at the position players. It's kind of irrelevant. What's relevant is you have to look at exactly what the Chiefs are, what they aren't, and what the 49ers are and they aren't. I get the point spread. I get the fact that everybody's going to wield the San Francisco their due, just like we heard with Josh Allen and Tua, and like we heard with Lamar Jackson.
They got to talk about that opponent.
And then you have to talk about the other opponent. But I don't think Kyle Shanahan, who blew a 17-point fourth quarter lead as the defensive coordinator of the Atlanta Falcons against New England. He blew a 10-point lead in the fourth quarter against Kansas City. He has struggled, he has struggled in the postseason, in the playoffs in general, but he's had great players. He didn't scheme anything crazy. He had the benefit of some really good players that came through in the end, and he had more of a complete team. They haven't won a Super Bowl under him. They've won two NFC titles. They lost to the Eagles a year ago because Purdy got hurt, and that was unfortunate. I'd like to see what Purdy could do, and maybe had Purdy won that game, maybe this is a different narrative. Maybe it's a different outcome, but we don't know that. But we're going to find out this week, a week from Sunday. So I think you have to look at these teams as who they are now versus what they were before, and realize the better team is the Kansas City Chiefs from top to bottom, organizational. They're not making excuses. Bosa's running his mouth about being held. Ned York, the owner's running his mouth about being held, on that play. And what is, Kelsey comes out today and goes, this is the best defense we're going to face all year. Mm-hmm. It's a big difference. And the 49ers are already making the same mistakes that everybody else has made. That's my rant. I'm done. I'm good. It's all yours.
Well, they hadn't shown the ability to come back until the last two games. But like you said, Nick, I agree 100%, is that they could very well have lost both those games. Now, the Detroit game, I'm not going to give them the 2 field goals. So when people say, well, you should have just taken the 3, it's not automatic.
I'll give them one of them. How's that?
And either way, I mean, and that's fine. But I guess my point is that they had every opportunity to put them away, and they didn't. And San Francisco just did what a good team does. They took advantage of opportunities that in a more likely scenario, if that was the Chiefs on the other side, I think we can confidently say that they weren't going to F up as much as those teams did at the end because of a lack of experience, hadn't been there before, whether it be coaching, the quarterbacks, whatever you want to say. So, and in watching, they've been running that Super Bowl on NFL Network and just watching it. And it's just so funny to watch the Chiefs on defense and say, I don't you hardly recognize any of these guys because they're not there. I mean, outside of Chris Jones, I mean, Frank Clark was, he's not on the team. The entire defensive backfield, I think, is different. The linebackers,
they got Charvarius Ward now, and we roasted him last year.
The linebackers are completely different, and most of the rushers are. And that's when you say Spags is in his bag. I think he's got the chess pieces to be able to do it. So from the again, going back to the 49ers part of things is, I mean, no matter what they say or how good they look, you just, every time the argument comes up, people just start listing off these names they have on defense, and they're known. These are guys that you know their names. You don't know the guys on the Chiefs' names. So the assumption is, well, they must be better. They've got all these stars. Well, that ain't the case. If you watch the games, if you take the time to watch the games, you can see which unit is better. And they have the better quarterback. So that's why I believe that as Chiefs fans, you feel very confident going into this game. As bad as the offense was, they found their identity. They're leaning into it. The experience is there. You got the best big game defensive coordinator on the planet. You've got the best big game offensive play caller on the planet, and you've got the best player on the planet. So whatever you can say, it's a 1.5 point spread, but that's just, gambling, I don't think that's really
the way all started from this moment, Lou.
Yeah.
It all started from this moment.
Broken helmet, man.
The broken helmet when it all got it together, and it all started from this moment. And then they went on a tear, and then everybody else that got in the way of the Reaper has to pay.
You know what's crazy about McCaffrey though, guys? Like if you notice in the playoffs, the Chiefs has been running. The Chiefs really hasn't been stopping the run for real. They secondary is phenomenal.
No, but they have stopped the run.
But the thing is that San Francisco's strength is the run game. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna use McCaffrey out the backfield.
That's okay then.
And that's what the Ravens said.
But
no,
but the Ravens
you can't
really
run
never.
the ball this shootout.
But the Bills did the same thing. The Bills, guys,
and the Bills move the ball though. But the Bills move the ball.
Andre.
Remember, the Bills didn't have
Jesus,
the offensive weapons that
bad take after bad take.
Andre, look at the statistics.
But look
The
what I'm
Dolphins-
saying though.
the
Like,
numbers
no.
guy.
Listen,
but listen though.
No,
the 49ers
listen.
are going to run. They're going to run the
Listen
ball.
to
That's
me.
what they do.
listen to me. The Chiefs,
Listen to me.
the Chiefs defense in the second half against the Bills shut the run down and did what? They made the quarterback make
One
plays. In
dimension.
the Dolphins game, they had the two best running backs on the field, and they couldn't run the ball. The Ravens have the best running quarterback.
Right.
No, I'm talking about a tandem. I'm not talking about individual.
Okay. I was going to say number 10.
The Ravens have the best running quarterback and three capable backs that can rip you 25 yards in a stretch. And what did the Chiefs do? They stopped the run and they forced all three. I'm not done. Senior member speaking here.
This is
Okay, go ahead.
They stopped the run in all three games, forcing them to play not their strength, but their weakness. If you're telling me that Spags has to prepare for one single running back and Brock Purdy, who is a mobile quarterback, they've already taken out two of the best, if not the two very best mobile quarterbacks in the NFL in the postseason. I think Purdy is in the top 5 for certain. He was terrific with his legs, but it doesn't matter. The Chiefs have a scheme for it. Now, will they give up big plays? Yes. Will McCaffrey have his yards? More than likely, he'll get somewhere around 100 yards. But if they, in the fourth quarter, when the running lanes are shut down and they're bringing 5 or they use a spy, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. You got to look at these games in totalities. The Chiefs' defense, Spags has taken out the strength of all three of their opponents, and all three have a common denominator. They are 3 of the best rushing teams in the National Football League. So what gives you the thought process that a single guy like McCaffrey in the schemes is going to outsmart Steve Spagnuolo?
Well, looking at the offense going through the playoffs, right? Okay. The Miami Dolphins had Tyreek Hill, they had Wilder, right? And they had Moisture, right? But listen though. The Buffalo Bills, right? They had Cook, right? They had Diggs. Diggs really haven't been showing up. Those are the only 2 guys that they had.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about running backs.
But listen though, they're gonna open up so much with McCaffrey though, because Debo is not gonna be in the outside. They're gonna put Debo in the slot in between. They're gonna take Snead out the game.
No.
Okay, McDuffie. Then you got to go against McDuffie. Then you got to go against Joshua Williams.
Listen,
what are you going at?
Shanahan can schematically. He's one of the young great
offensive coordinators. Come on now. Yeah,
he's not.
Yeah, we seen that.
Is he not though?
We've seen that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is this:
what Spags do to him in the Super Bowl with less talent? What Spags do to him in the Super Bowl with less talent? The Chiefs had the best defense in the Super Bowl when the 49ers played. They didn't have the best Super Bowl. They was a catch away from winning the game, bro. Come on,
Sanders,
sir.
The ball was overthrown. Like, come on. What I'm saying is this:
pressure was on.
The Chiefs are playing right now. Their offense, like between the Miami Dolphins, the Buffalo Bills, and the Ravens, this is the best offensive team the Chiefs are going to face in the playoffs. Like right now.
This is the most diverse offense they will
absolutely
face.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they're not going to be one dimensional. But listen, they're not going to be one dimensional. They're going to be one dimensional. They're going to spread the ball just like we can, just like Andy Reid does. Right? They don't have one focal point. Right? Pac runs the ball. Pac runs the ball, right? Pac runs the ball and open up the door for everybody else.
Man, this is a bad take.
Okay, hold on. I want to say it one more time. All right, I want to say it one more time. You're a coach, right?
Right.
You coach football. As a defensive coordinator, your job is to do one thing. That is to stop the strength of the opponent.
So what is strength of San Francisco? What's their strength?
Running the ball. Everything goes through McCaffrey. Everything.
Right.
Play action.
So you telling me Brock Purdy gonna get in the shootout with Mahomes and win that?
Why can't he?
Come on, stop it. We're gonna go to the next sponsor, please.
Let's
go.
Dave, say
y'all,
man.
It's crazy.
Y'all
not giving that offense the respect, bro. Like, come on with it.
Sponsor, go ahead.
All right, we're going to talk about my good friend Dave Purdy with Supreme. You can reach Dave at 816-405-5831. He is your mortgage specialist. He is working with me, and he's working with Hense, getting us our loans secured so we can buy our next house, our dream house, whatever it might be. You need someone who understands the market. Good news is interest rates are down. I mean, they're down. Today's rates came out 5.875%. That's pretty darn good. And you want someone who understands the volatility of the rate market, someone who understands the loan process, somebody who can make sure that the financials are in order, everything you need to do to select the right mortgage for your family, not only for today, but ultimately when rates dip further, what's the best option to refinance? You want someone who understands the market, and nobody better than Dave Purdy. We love Dave because he is
Purdy
good. Thanks, Dave.
Both sides. Give me your take on it, Bo. Since you over here narrating, talking about bad taste, give me your take on it, sir.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. You're a clickbaiting right now. You clickbaiting right now.
Clickbait. I don't clickbait. I think facts, sir.
That is not facts. I'm gonna put it like this.
What's not facts? What's not facts, sir?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. If you're gonna break down the 49ers, all right. You said they got best running game. This and that. They got this. If the 49ers won't be in this game, if the Lions coaching staff wasn't boneheaded,
you making excuses, sir.
I'm just saying it was boneheaded.
Be making excuses, sir.
I'm telling you, you told me to give my take, so I'm giving my takes. I'm trying to give you facts about it.
Come on,
so the facts about it is here, guy. You sit back here and we sit here and watch this game. Watch everybody that is going to be playing in this game. Go ahead, Christian McCaffrey. You started off with saying what's the name was better than Travis Kelce, and Brock Purdy's stats are better than Patrick Mahomes. And then now Christian McCaffrey is going to shred the defense that stopped everybody going they stopped the number one offense in the league in the Miami Dolphins. Then they stopped everybody. They stopped everybody else after that. Now we're going against the 49ers. Now you're saying one guy, Christian McCaffrey, his first time in the Super Bowl is going to shred the Chiefs defense horrifically.
I never said one guy, sir.
You said they got to run the ball.
I said they're gonna run the ball. The Chiefs never been good stopping the run through the whole playoffs for real. They're gonna run the ball against Kansas City, bro.
Come on, we ain't not doing this again.
So Buffalo didn't run the ball well against Kansas City.
Buffalo ran the ball.
You still muted.
Very well, right?
Buffalo ran the ball well in the first half, but again, that was kind of the game plan.
Get your DVR out, dude.
They were going to take the outside guys. Now again, every game is different. They don't run. Okay, this is our scheme, and that's just the way it is. It's different every single game. Spags, the Chiefs, and any team that's really good consistently over time. And the Patriots were notorious like that. Every week it was a different scheme, different game plan because you're playing different players. So again, we can look at what they did in these other games, and they may use some of those same defenses, but it's not going to be all the same. You're right. The weapons are different. You're right. They're probably, it's an outside zone team. That's a little bit different. So you're going to see the players deployed a little bit differently. So does McCaffrey go wild? I don't think he goes wild. I think he'll put up some numbers and the statistics that everybody so flaunts in everybody's face. The only statistic that Spags and that defense cares about is the points that go up on the board.
Drake next gen stats.
And they've given up 7 or less in the second half.
Lou, you wasting your time, Lou. You wasting your time.
Be quiet, Bo. Be quiet, Bo. Your take was bad. Your take was bad, sir.
So how they do it, we're not really sure, and that's best because hopefully the Niners aren't going to know either. So the bottom line is we know that they're going to keep points off the board.
Absolutely, but what I'm saying is the Niners have given up a lot on the ground because the Chiefs can't run the ball with Pac.
That's why I froze.
They can't run the ball. Pac is going to run the ball down their throats. I know Pop because right now the Niners defense is kind of overrated as far as stopping the run. So the Chiefs are going to eat on that part. They're definitely going to eat. But what I'm saying is this: the Chiefs has not been stout on stopping the run either. And like I said, Debo, they're gonna put Debo in different places. They're gonna put Debo in different places, man.
You saying this? You don't understand yourself, Drake. You talking in circles, sir. You saying the same thing, but you're not.
Gosh, bro, what are you saying, bro? What are you trying to say, bro?
You're not giving us a reason. You're not giving us the reason why you saying that. I'm giving you
the reason. But it's not sound, dude. You're not looking at the game or the stats. You're looking at a Chiefs defense. Like Lou said, it hasn't given up more than 7 points in the postseason. And in all three of those wins, the common denominator is they took the rushing game away from their opponent. So you can't sit here and tell me they're not good against the rush.
Baltimore didn't run the ball in the second half. They didn't run the ball through at all.
Dude,
and that's their strength.
Gotta stop. No. This has got to stop. Seriously, you got to look at this thing logically, and you're not. You're trying to just make it.
Y'all not saying when I'm look.
You're trying to make an argument. It's irrelevant. They stopped running the ball because they couldn't.
Well, in his defense, Baltimore only handed off 6 times.
Why? Did you guys not answer the question?
They had the number one rushing offense.
Lou, that's what we want to know. Why?
The Chiefs defense shut it down.
Why did they do that, Drake? That's what the question. That's what we're trying to hear. Why did they stop running the ball?
Quite honestly,
you said they ran the ball 6 times. Why did they stop it?
I want to talk to Todd Monken, and I want answers right now.
Why?
Listen,
why did he run the ball?
What?
Why they stop running the ball? You said they ran it 6 times. Why did they do that?
I don't know. I don't know why they did because Lamar is not a drop back passer. He was trying to do too much. Lamar should have ran the ball because the Chiefs cannot stop the run. They're not stout like that. Up front. You know what it is, guys. The Chiefs are backing into the Super Bowl. That's what it is, and people don't know what to talk about anymore. They don't know what to say and know how they got here. They don't know how they got here. They don't know what to say anymore. You go watch the sports channels. They don't know what to talk about anymore. Now it's swinging it over here into this show. You know, you watch them when you wake up in the morning, drink your coffee, you think they're going to give you some good takes. They don't know what to talk. Now they're talking about Brock Purdy is better than Patrick Mahomes. Then they swing over into this show and drink their green juice, and then they say the Chiefs can't stop the defense. The Chiefs can't stop the run. They can't stop this. They can't stop. They said Travis Kelce, George Kittle is better than Travis Kelce. Whatever make you feel good, Bo. Whatever make you feel good, sir. Whatever make you feel good, man. Whatever make you feel good, bro.
So at the end of all of this, man, I think the conclusion is you might see San Francisco roll up a bunch of numbers between the 20s, right?
But that's whatever make y'all feel good. Hey, whatever make you feel good, man. Hey, I'm just calling stats. And then the crazy part about it is facts, though.
You're not putting any facts out.
You're not putting
facts. What you mean? Okay. Tell me. Now I got the numbers. Hold on. The rushing yards against Baltimore. They ran the ball 11. They ran the ball 16 times. Jackson ran it 8 for 54 yards. Edwards 3 for 20. 2 for Flowers on end arounds that both failed for 4 yards. And Hill had 3 attempts.
They didn't run the ball on the ground.
Even
Romo said it. Romo said it.
Dude.
Hey, come on, man.
Why did they stop running the football?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
No one knows.
I could say politics. I could say politics right now.
Sky is blue outside. Do you not see that there's a blue sky above you?
Wow. Not here.
Dude.
I don't know.
Drake.
Seriously.
So that's what I'm saying. You said they can't stop the run. Then you said they stopped running the ball. Why did they stop running the ball?
You're not making any points that are valid.
You're not making any points. That's why I'm trying to ask. Like, why did they stop running the ball?
Listen. Hey, whatever.
It must be stopping the run because they stopped running the ball, right?
It's cool. It's cool, man.
So again, I think
if you ain't know on this show, I took debate in high school. I said kill it.
You can take you guys. There's nothing wrong with that, bro. There's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is this, guys. Y'all acting like the Kansas City Chiefs are so stout up front, and they're not. The Chiefs been ran on, bro.
We're not saying that, dude.
We're not saying that.
This is San Francisco's strength. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna open up the offense, bro. They're gonna run the ball with McCaffrey.
And that was the strength of the other teams that they faced. They're 3-0 against three teams.
The Bills are not as stout as the San Francisco 49ers. The Baltimore Ravens.
The Bills have one of the best offensive lines in football. They have one of the backs. They have one of the best running quarterbacks. They do play action. They do all of these things that make them difficult to win against. And in the fourth quarter, they stopped the run. They forced Josh Allen in that last drive to throw the football over and over again. And when it was 2nd and 10, he missed a guy in the end zone. 3rd and 10, he ran for his life, and they missed a field goal. The bottom line is, in the Dolphins game, they shut the run down in the first quarter. They put some points up. They made Tua throw the football.
That's ready, Jay.
And in the Ravens, they stopped the run. They came out running the football in the second half. What happened? Drew Tranquil happened. Justin Reed happened. They plugged the gaps. You can't sit here and tell me they're not going to plug the gaps. Now, doesn't mean that the Chiefs overall have a great run defense. I agree with you. But the job for Spags is to take them out of their element. And their element is if they can make McCaffrey pedestrian, that's all on Purdy. That's all I'm saying. That is the entire game plan. And once it's on Purdy, what are they going to do? What did they do to Allen? What did they do to Tua? What did they do to Jackson? They brought
Purdy
the heat.
Purdy been clutch. Purdy brought him back. Purdy been clutch.
Good for Brock Purdy.
So we can't say Purdy can't throw the ball.
He did it at home. He did it at home.
And he used his legs.
He did it at home. He did it at home, and props to him.
In 8 quarters, I think he's played three good ones in the postseason. You know
what it is. It's everybody's tired of seeing this man. They tired of seeing him in the Super Bowl. They try to find a reason why to say something. I know it's the Tom Brady effect. It's the New England Patriots effect. Everybody try to pick a poison, pick a feather away from the Patriots to find a way to find a reason why they winning like this. Yep. No, they not that good. Jordan not that good. Mahomes not that good. He can't be that great. He can't be this good. That person can't be that great. This lawyer can't be this good. This doctor can't be that great at his surgeries. So they pick away of everything that a good person does. It doesn't matter. Did they run Did they run the ball? Baltimore ran the ball. The Bills ran the ball. The 49ers, it doesn't matter. If you go back and watch that game against the 49ers and the Detroit Lions, it was multiple dropped interceptions that led to catch a pass, took passes up to the end. Come on now. So we're going to say this guy's clutch, this guy's that. We cannot keep having bad takes. If you a coach, you got to have your stats. You can't come on the show and say.
First of all, we're not going to say bad takes, sir. We're not going to say bad takes, sir. All right.
Bad. Let me put you this way: they're not your best. I'm asking you to strive. I'm asking you to strive.
I'm gonna say this.
I know Dre have some good takes.
You're stubborn.
Listen. I'm gonna say this.
Not making sense. That's why I'm trying to.
Every game I call is Kansas City. Every game I went to Kansas City, they won. The opposite team won because
you called Baltimore was going to win against the Chiefs. What happened? You called the Bills.
No, because I went for Kansas City in that game. I told you I was going for Kansas City against Baltimore. I told you I was going for them. So
I'll pull up the record, sir. No, you didn't.
Pull the record. I did.
I'll pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up.
I did.
And I'm gonna post it.
On the Bowtie show, I said I was going for the Baltimore Ravens, but on this show, I said I'm going for Kansas City.
All right.
Hey, boy, at least there's some compromise in you.
Hey, Nick, I don't give up. I don't give up.
I don't. Like I said, I don't. But what I'm saying is this. But it's got to have facts.
Play both sides.
What I'm saying is this: the offense the Chiefs is facing right now is the best team on offense they face in the whole playoffs.
Perhaps. Now again, I would say
I disagree.
The quarterback is the Chiefs.
What offense is better? What offense? Baltimore.
The quarterbacks that the Chiefs have faced are better than what San Francisco faced, and I think you'd have to say between Lamar and Josh, and even I don't know about Tua, but you'd have to put maybe Purdy would be third in that at best in that lineup. Okay. In terms of the Chiefs defense, they're not built to be like this big, tough run stuffing team that no one is anymore. Okay. Mm-hmm. So there are going to be opportunities for teams to run the ball in every single game. The key to the Chiefs defense, again, and I'm being redundant, is to keep points off the board, whether it's being opportunistic, whether it's pressure, getting turnovers, sacks, all of that. They're more built to play with a lead, right? Because they've got the unicorn on offense. So they may get some yards offensively running the ball, but I don't know that it's going to turn into like a ton of points. So that's where these teams, fight themselves because, hey, we could get yards against it, but if we keep running the ball and we don't score, they keep scoring. We got no chance here. So then they start to panic a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I don't. I hear what you're saying, and they may give up some yards, but yards don't count for anything.
The thing is when other teams, I notice in the playoffs. And the coaching staff, it's not just that they playing against the Chiefs defense. Also, they playing against this man. They playing against. They saying they trying to keep.
I think that graphic is starting to fade.
You know what I mean?
They just don't see it. They just don't see it anymore, guys.
It's been up there so many times. It's fading.
They say, this bad, that bad. It doesn't matter. It's so bad that they like okay, if Patrick Mahomes, we got to play like the Drake. I answer your question. He said why he don't know why Baltimore didn't run the ball. The Chiefs, you know what happened? The Chiefs went down there, they scored twice, back to back. Oh shoot, they moving the ball on our defense. So we ain't gonna come and try to slow the game down because our defense is not stopping them. So that took them out their game plan. And plus, if you look at it, Drew Tranquillo was stopping the runs in the backfield. Go back and check the stats. Then you come back and let me know if I'm right or wrong.
They started throwing the ball. Baltimore wasn't playing Baltimore football, bro. That's called what it is, bro.
Let me guess. I guess because the color scheme of the Super Bowl, Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna dive into that. I'm not gonna dive into that because that's politics. I guess the NFL want to see the NFL want to see the Chiefs of the Super Bowl.
I ain't gonna dive into it. I ain't gonna dive into all that. That's politics, man. It's bad takes.
That's what it is.
So Baltimore, but the thing is, Lamar Jackson tried to come out there try to be a pocket passer. That's not his strength.
Yeah.
Well, we already knew that. We've known that for 6 years.
Did you watch the regular season?
We know that for 6 years.
I mean, for 17
the regular season.
It was all about him being a pocket passer, and he was pretty good at it for most of the year.
He was decent though. He was decent, but their biggest strength. He
laid a big egg. He laid a big egg in the biggest game of his career.
Again, it's just
for the second time.
And again, the defensive plan has a lot to do with it. And I think the offense. I think Hense made a great point. Is when the Chiefs took the ball down the field, the first two drives, they're like, this is going to be a high scoring game. We got to get rolling here. Yeah. And then it just kept snowballing the wrong way on them. So again, every game is going to have a different defensive plan. This one will be different than the other two. And those games are over. The San Francisco did what they had to do to get here. The Chiefs did what they had to do to get here. Mm-hmm. So now, may the best
now we're
team
there.
win. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Speaking of seeing what happened, speaking of seeing what happened, and what you have for us on this playoff? You said Super Bowl Chiefs.
You got some Super Bowl trivia for us, Mr.
Yeah,
Lee?
we had done on another show that I do, Pros Like Us, wherever you get your podcasts. And I was just thinking, in all these Super Bowls, it was always interesting to me, and it's always been interesting to me, is how teams get built. So the question came to me is, how often does a free agent quarterback win at the highest level? Okay. And you'd be shocked at how little it's happened in 57 Super Bowls. So if you were to guess how many free agent quarterbacks have won the Super Bowl, how many would you think it was?
I'll say 12.
I say 10.
I say 8. I'll go 8.
All right, Nick was close. 14. 14. Does anybody venture to name them?
Okay.
Just kidding. Who was it? You know who the
Lenny
first
Dawson.
one? You know who the first one
Lenny
was.
Dawson
there
was
you
the
go.
first.
Yeah.
Let's see. Super Bowl V, Bradshaw.
Nick Foles.
No, Super Bowl V was either Unitas or Morrill or a combination of the two.
Yeah, they were both drafted.
No, they were.
No.
Neither of them were drafted by the Colts.
Okay, we're talking about So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. So anyway, the other name. I mean, I'll just go through it real quick. Plunkett twice for the Raiders.
Yep.
Theismann, Doug Williams, Steve Young, Warner, Dilfer, Brad Johnson, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, the second one, Nick Foles, and Matt Stafford.
That's pretty good.
None of those guys were drafted by the team that they won the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
So I thought that was pretty wild. Now you've got a bunch of multiple winners, right? So if you were to get how many quarterbacks have won more than one Super Bowl?
I say 7.
8.
5.
13. 13. So Star 2, Greasy 2, Bradshaw 4, Staubach 2, Plunkett 2, Montana 4, Aikman 3, Elway 2, Brady 7, Eli Manning 2, Peyton Manning 2, Ben 2, Patrick 2.
Yeah, interesting.
So if he gets to 3, he blows by all these 2s, and he'll be up there with Aikman right behind Montana and Bradshaw. So now the question is, and this isn't a trivia question, this is more of a subjective thing, and Dre will just give us a yes or no.
That's good.
Does Patrick, if he gets to 5, is he then considered? Can he be considered the greatest of all time?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yep.
Because now he's right behind Brady.
Yeah, right? Especially
well, that's what I'm saying. Does he because and this came up today during some of the shows and they're said, well, he's never going to get to 7. He's never going to get to 7. Okay, well then why isn't Bill Russell the greatest player that ever played?
Right.
He was.
Right.
I don't, I never got to see him play. The first, I saw him. I think he was coaching the Seattle Supersonics at the time.
You missed a treat, man. You missed a treat.
So you can, you can kind of look at highlights and you can see the battles. They won 11 championships. I don't know. For my money, Wilt was a more talented player, but just couldn't get, didn't win many championships. I think he won 2. So do you make the same argument? Is it just he can't be better than Brady unless he has at least as many titles?
I think you got to look at it like this. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Bill Russell was the best at basketball.
Fundamentals. So basically you're saying best is fundamental. Bill Russell.
No, you're on time out, Dre.
No, he's fine. And you look at Patrick Mahomes.
Jay's a little upset.
And he's the best quarterback I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But Tom Brady is a master.
Right.
And the best, football IQ player, understands the moment. He's the best. He's the best. But when you look at these guys and you compare these, like today, the whole thing was Brady versus Mahomes, and it's been that way all week. And if he does get to 3, 4, 5, or 6, listen, I said this on the show. When Patrick Mahomes wins the Super Bowl a week from Sunday, he will forevermore, in my mind, be the GOAT. He'll be the greatest quarterback in NFL history because he's gotten in 5 years 3 Super Bowl wins with 3 different teams, with 3 different expectations, with 3 different struggles, with
no one's ever done that.
No one's done that. And
3 and 5.
We're bashing Mahomes for the first time I can remember. All 4 of us at some point this season have said, maybe he's lost it, or maybe he's the problem. Maybe he's not good enough. Maybe he's not making the right decisions. Okay, well, you know what I mean. You had doubts, and there was disappointment, and there were points in games in the season. You go, why did Patrick do that?
Yeah,
but for him to bring his level of game to be franchise savior, best quarterback, teacher, coach, with this crew, where basically he has Rashee Rice for 3/4 of the season and Kelsey for maybe half, and Pacheco for probably 3/4 of the season, and they're in the friggin' Super Bowl.
Would you put this Chiefs team with kind of like the Patriots that beat the Chiefs in that overtime game?
Oh yeah,
where
the Chiefs were a better football team
because they basically, it seemed like all Brady had was Gronk, right?
And a bunch of guys you didn't hear of.
Edelman, to some degree, but he was, he's kind of getting towards the end of his career, and they end up winning the Super Bowl 13-3.
Yeah, Hogan makes 3 amazing catches in the Chiefs AFC title game that he doesn't make any other point in the year. So I mean, guys stepped up, but that's why Tom Brady, he just elevates everybody just like Patrick does. But
the longevity, because it's almost like Brady had 2 separate careers,
right?
Almost 3.
Oh yeah.
The fact that he's playing at a high level for 21 seasons. I don't know what Patrick's designs are. Now, obviously, money's not an issue. I mean, if he continues this drive and has the I guess physical ability to do it, and can continue to play at a high level, I don't know that he even thinks about playing that long.
I don't think he's going to play as long as people think he is. I really don't. Look, he wants to be a dad, and he wants to be a husband, and he wants to, do stuff like bring an NBA team to Kansas City, and he wants to do a lot of things that go beyond just playing football. Because again, when he wins a week from Sunday, the narrative on him completely changes, and nobody can say anything bad about him again. They can doubt him.
Well, they can, and they will.
You know what I mean? But you know what I mean.
I know.
They're not going to be able to say, well, there was every situation he won, he battled, he defied odds. He almost pulled it off in Tampa. Had there not been those 3 drops, that could have been 17 points, and we're talking about a completely different football game.
No, you can't quantify it, but just the fact that Brady was able to play that long.
That's just his drive.
That's just a huge feather in the cap, if you would, or just the ability to play at that high level. It wasn't like a George Blanda who would, maybe play a couple of plays, or he'd kick, he was a kicker at the end of his career, playing till he was 48 years old, whatever the hell he was, but it seemed like he played forever. But, some guys are like a kicker sticking around and be able to do it at a high level. Yeah. But the guy is playing quarterback and playing at an MVP level at 44, 45 years old. Crazy.
And he did it because he wanted his legacy. He wanted to set records nobody could catch. And it's quite possible that Patrick Mahomes catches some of them. Maybe not all of them, but it's quite possible. And I think the first guy that'll be up there giving him a high five is going to be Brady himself. I mean, what Brady has done for the quarterback position in the National Football League and the things that he's done is just incredible. I think.
We're frozen. Are we frozen?
I don't know. We are.
The picture I'm seeing isn't moving.
There we go.
Hey,
now we're unfrozen.
Hey.
I know that might be a sign to wrap the show for the day. So we'll see. So Andre, I'm gonna give you one more take.
Mulligan.
Any subject.
Y'all can have it, man. Y'all can have it, man. Hey, I'm sitting back. I'm listening to y'all, man. Y'all can have it, man. Y'all go ahead.
All right. Fair enough.
Go ahead and end it.
All right, guys. All right. Well, that's gonna do it for this edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by Chiefs Blitz. Let's wrap up our sponsors one more time. Let's give them a mention, and please check them out if you're looking for help in the mortgage business and in the real estate division. So we're going to first talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. You can get a hold of Eric. You want somebody you can trust. You want somebody. Oh, we lost our stream here, so I'm not sure what happened. Anyway, hey, we're just going to sign off at this point. We'll be back on Monday. Check out chiefsblitz.com, and we look forward to working with everybody, getting them ready for Super Bowl LVIII in Las Vegas, Nevada, the San Francisco 49ers versus the Kansas City Chiefs.
Urkel.
All right.
All right, guys. Peace out.
All right, guys.